So Snow White and the Seven Excuses came out, it's like having a parable or having some sort of prop, not that this is a prop, but something that you can pin ideas onto so it's easy to remember. And when you actually see it come up in life, it actually takes you back to something that you can learn from that. And so I was thinking about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and just how Snow White, who had the life that all of us dream of, I know it's a fairy tale, but she was a princess. I think particularly us women from the Gen X and the baby boomer era, like we grew up on fairy tales. One day your prince will come, and that's what Snow White sung. She was living in the forest with these 7 little fellas who'd go to work every day, and she was doing all the cooking and cleaning and all of that for them. Yet her destiny was actually to be someone of importance, to rule the land. That's where she should have been, because of circumstances, because of jealousy, because of someone who wanted to take control of the situation. She was banished to the forest. And I know it's just a fairy tale, but sometimes circumstances can happen to us in life that banish us to a place that we never expected. Like it could be sickness, it could be divorce. Sometimes we don't know whether we can fight for the place that we really need to be, and we settle for where we're at. So that's where this came out of. So Snow White should have been in the castle, ruling the land, making a difference in other people's lives. But instead she was living in the forest with these 7 little fellas. They were kind to her and they looked after her and they gave her a place that she could call home. But each of them kind of represents something to us that holds us back from how we settle. And so each of them have a meaning. And so these are the meanings. So Doc, who was the boss, he's all about being in control. And many times when we step into something new, we try and control the situation. But quite often when we are learning new things, we have to learn that we're going to fail at first. It's not going to be smooth sailing. It's not going to be perfect. You can't be in control. You just got to see how it turns out. Take a step and see how it goes. So Doc is about being in control and wanting to have everything all aligned before you move forward, and that can hold us back. The second one is Dopey, and that's about making either foolish decisions or just being ignorant about things. And many times as we get older, we have certain beliefs and certain ways of doing things that served us when we were younger, but it no longer serves us. Like even just in the understanding about weight loss and being healthy, as an older person going through menopause, there's a totally different way that you should exercise and how you should look after yourself. And you've got to learn those new skills. So if we're ignorant and we try and do and starve ourselves and do cardio like we did when we were younger, we're actually going to cause ourselves a whole lot of stress and actually hurt ourselves. So I encourage you to listen to my podcast about that more, but you've got to learn new skills and not be ignorant and stop making foolish decisions. Look after yourself. Think in a different way. The third one is Bashful, and Bashful is all about being shy and not wanting to step out or having fear around certain things. The fourth one is Happy, and Happy is like having this, oh, it's all good, like this ostrich head in the sand type of thing that, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. It's actually about having a lack of self-awareness and knowing where your gaps are, where your blind spots are, and where you're responsible. Like sometimes Happy needs to put his big girl pants on and actually take responsibility for his life, that things aren't all good. The fifth one is Grumpy, and this is just purely not having control of your emotions and taking it out on everybody else. Honestly, sometimes there are chemical imbalances with us. There is anxiety, there's depression. There are areas where you need to go and seek professional help. Can I just encourage you, if you're scared, phone a friend, have somebody in your life and get help if you need it. So don't be moody, like take responsibility, be kind, be lovely. You don't have to be mean. Sixthly, we've got Sneezy. Sneezy is all about certain patterns in our life and just making excuses for excuses' sake and just getting that sense of overwhelm that gets in the way. Some people, when they're trying something new, they'll say, oh, I can't do that because of my knee or because I get a headache, and those things can be emotional responses to just trying new things. I would encourage you to look at why that is and try something different and have somebody alongside of you that can actually help that. And then finally is sleepy. Sleepy is all about procrastination. Procrastination gets in the way because of the fear of what's on the other side. It can also be that we're just darn lazy. We're not prepared to do some serious work to actually change ourselves. There's a whole lot in there, and there's a whole lot of reasons. I would encourage you not to settle for these 7 excuses. So Snow White and there's 7 excuses. There's probably about 15 excuses like there was originally when Disney was going to show this film and have 15 dwarves. But we're just going to go with the 7. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you follow for more.